Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Löwe. It's a Tier 8 German premium heavy tank, and it's located on the south spawn of Malinovka under the command of Neo Da Vinci 97. Well, what can I tell you about this gun tank? Well, it's got a 105mm gun, 320 alpha, if I recall. Yep, there you go. And in fact, it's the KWK L70 gun, 70 calibers long. And well, it's actually quite a good German heavy tank in comparison to some of the previous heavy tanks you might find on the German line. This one would have been the VK7001, I think it is, or VK7002, but they called it the Löwe or Lion. It didn't get produced, I'm afraid, though. But it's actually quite a decent tank. As I say, it's a bit slow, but it's got a good gun, a good reload, good accuracy. The armour on top is actually quite good on the turret, but it's got a very big lower plate, as you can see there. That lower plate is very vulnerable to shots, which means that's one of the weak points you go for. Try not to hit the actual turret because it's nice and round and bouncy, but if you go for that lower plate, you should be able to get a pen. Oh, we just lost a Black Prince. Okay, well, we've got a target up ahead of us, Black Prince and a 50 TP. And the round that went into a 50 TP, 328. So that was a high roll. You can see it's aiming for the tops of the turrets. No, that one didn't go. That was zoomed over the top of the Black Prince, I think, or was it the 50 TP? Ah, right now, should be able to get the Black Prince now. Pick the right side. Yes, 324. That's a high roll as well. He's pushing ahead. He's had a few bounces against his hull already. He's bounced 1,180 hit points. So you can see it's very good at bouncing shells from tanks. Goes for the lower plate. Get it right. There you go. Yep, nicely done, but it's a low roll. The only thing that this tank does not do well with is Arty, I'm afraid. It's slow, it's easy to hit for Arty. We just got hit by a Wizzy 111. And tracked, and we're just waiting for our tracks to come up. We're not using the repair kit. We've only got a small one anyway this game. I always tend to pick large ones for my heavy tanks. I like to be able to fix lots of problems all at once. Well, he fires there at the cupola, but it didn't penetrate. Yep, as I said, this tank does not mix well with Arty, and we haven't been hit by Arty yet, thankfully. But we just took a round which took out our radio operator. So it's going to drop our communication range. Trying to get the top of that Black Prince. Now I should be able to hit the Black Prince. Lining up the Wizzy 111 instead. Nope, that one didn't go. That sailed past the cupola. Yeah, trouble is Arty tends to do rather well against the Löwe. And the reason for that obviously is it's so slow. Can't move out the way fast enough. Going for the cupola? No, doesn't do it again. He's having a lot of trouble with that Wizzy 111. But the Black Prince does get around through and bounces the next one. We've now bounced 1,810 hit points in total. So we must be getting close to... Oh, yes, we have. Steel wall territory. And that time he did get it through the cupola. 320 hit points. Tore the shell through the roof of the tank. Now, can you get another one into the Black Prince? Oh, that one went through the observation port. That's going to make things a little difficult. Push forward a bit more. That's better. Go for it now. Oh, and the Wizzy 111 is taken out the game. So that's his first kill. Now, can he get the Black Prince? It's going to take... Might be able to get it with one shot if he can get this one in. Go for it. Nope. That ricocheted off. And he took a round in return for 159. Bounced 2 more. Kill shot. Yes! Got him that time. In fact, it looked like he got a fire as well. Might have got a fire. Yes, he did. He got a fire, so he got the arsonist badge. Now, he's worried about that T-34-100 constructor to his side and the pushing. If he decides to pursue the Tiger down the slope, those could come out behind him. In fact, the T-34-100 is thinking about it. So I think he wants to take out the Tiger from a distance, and he's going to third-person mode. It's the easiest way to do it, but he'll have to aim accurately now because the Tiger 1 is using the wreck. But he is a one-shot. Here we go. Yes, got him! Third kill, but he did take a round through the turret. Let's have a look at the damage he's taken here. Yeah, you can see where one of the shells went through the observation port. Numerous bounces off the front. He one-shots that Pershing. Well, it's not technically a one-shot as such, but the T-34-100 doesn't know what's coming up behind him, and that's it, you're out. 5 kills, and he takes a round from a T-25-2 to the south. Again, it's very sluggish to traverse. We never heard from the enemy Arty all game, which is actually quite good for the Löwe, because normally you're the first target the Arty will go for because you're so slow. And he puts a round into the T-25-2, who takes another shot just after ours, which means that he's now one shot. And he gets the kill. So he's now got his Top Gun, and there's only one enemy tank remaining. It's a T-28. Oh, I know. If you know, as we do, that the T-28, the American Tier 8 tank destroyer, is an absolute beast to try and kill. It's very, very difficult to kill these monsters when you're face to face with them. Just avoid the pointy end and try and hit it in the rear if you can. Luckily, we've got enough players in the team still to do that. Now, it's going to come down. Is he? No, he's not going to slip down. He's going to drive down. You can slip down to the left sometimes if you want to approach an enemy tank unseen, stealthy like. And Arty is focusing on the T-28. You can see the arrows coming down, and I think that may have been a shot from the Su-2244. Tiger P off to our right. Okay, so long as we can get alongside the T-28, we should be able to do it. And it looks like Neo Da Vinci has actually completed his missions, because that's showing up. Oh, no, didn't penetrate. Trying to go for the cupolas, which is one of the weak spots. But ideally, you want to get behind it or hit the side if you can. And he's side on, well, at an angle. We're not getting good pen here. Ideally, we would slip through the forest to his right. And now he's turned on side on again. This is going to be a penetrate. No, it wasn't. Oh my gum. He's having a lot of difficulty trying to get through this one. And he's now turning. Now he's turned side on. That's it. That's better. And potentially that's the high caliber. But the T-28's doing a lot of damage to our Tiger P. Yes, that's a penetrating shot. He's now one shot. We can go for it. We could ram kill him now. Oh, he's turned to face us after killing the Tiger P. Go for the low plate. Yes, that's it. Wins the game. So, his gun up in salute. And that's a victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tank of a Neo Da Vinci 97 in the Löwe. He managed to get a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. A Spotter for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. A Bruiser for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He got 9. An Arsonist because he did set fire to one of the enemy tanks he fired at. A Fire for effect. A Duelist and a Shellproof badge. Out of the minor medals and out of the epic ones, he picked up a Steel Wall for surviving the battle, having received the most damage, at least 11 hits blocked, or at least the most damage blocked rather, from the enemy, at least 11 hits. High caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle overall, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. In fact, he got 7 in that game, 1 short of getting a Radley's, but he couldn't get the Radley's simply because there wasn't enough enemies left for him to shoot at. But let's have a look at the team scores for this one. Well, there you go. Top of the table, 4,210 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was that T-28 with 3,531 to him. And then came the T-28 prototype on his own team, who managed to get 2,410. When it came to kills, it was easily Neo Da Vinci with 7. The next high score, the T28 with 4, and then after that there was 4 tanks with 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, Neo Da Vinci managed to get it with 1,661, so I'd say that was an emphatic ace tanker in that one because it's a really high score. The next high score after that was the IS-3A with 892, and then the T-43 with 831. He fired 26 rounds of 105mm ammunition in that game, got 19 direct hits and 16 penetrations, damage of 4,210 hit points, of which 454 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see this gun is quite accurate even over long range, and so it is a good all-round tank, and it's definitely one of those tanks I would advise people to put into their garage if you can afford the premium, because it is quite a reliable, fun tank, and it's also a good trainer for your crews. He received 21 hits from the enemy. Again, this shows you how this tank is very good at defending itself. 4 penetrations and 15 non-penetrations. The 4 penetrations actually did go through weak spots, and they were difficult to hit weak spots, and they didn't actually go for the lower plate. They went for the more harder to hit ones like the observation ports. He did 15 non-penetrations, and I think most of those hit the turret and bounced off because it's nicely rounded. He also received 2 hits by way of splash damage. I think those were from HE rounds. He blocked damage in total of 3,520 hit points in total. It's an absolute massive score, but not massive by mouse standards, but still pretty good for tier 8. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 7, and did damage assistance, or rather spotting assistance, of 1,098 hit points. On a premium count, he earned 94,310 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he took away 94,560 credits. He received 1,661 XP times 2 for the first victory, got 249 because this is a premium vehicle, and took away 5,233 experience points altogether. He said this was his best first game ever, so I presume that this was actually even a first ace tanker as well, and this was his first outing in the Löwe, and I'm sure he enjoyed it because it is such a beast. And so congratulations on your first outing in the Löwe. I definitely do like the Löwe as a tank. It's a bit slow for frontline, but it's also kind of fun that it does fire accurately. So if you're in defense on frontline, it actually can work out in your favor, shooting accurately over long distance. But definitely a tank to consider buying if you can. If you enjoyed that replay, please like and subscribe, and we get great replays like this all the time, so do stay tuned to our channel, and thanks for watching.